Welcome to Preparing for the Unexpected. I'm your host, Alex Fullick. Today, I want to talk about divisiveness. What is it? And with people going back into the office over the coming weeks and the coming months, offices, companies, I should say, really mandating, because that's what it feels like for some people, mandating the point of going back into the office to work from your cubicle desk and see all your colleagues and things like that. There is a bigger chance now, especially after COVID, of there being some divisiveness within the office. Now, what is divisiveness? I'm going to define it for you. It's not the fact of people just having different opinions. Heck, you kind of need that in your work environment, especially when you're working on projects and programs, because you need to make sure all the bases are covered and bring everything together and make sure that all the different viewpoints are taken into account and you all determine a path forward. However, divisiveness is really to cause disagreement or hostility between people. It's the intent behind what some people do and say. They could demean people behind their backs, say that, Alex doesn't know what he's talking about. He's not qualified. You should not listen to him. His opinion means nothing. That's creating divisiveness. When you actually go out of your way to undermine other people, even when you don't have the facts to back it up, that creates divisiveness. That seems to be happening everywhere these days, especially after COVID. And I'm not even going to get into some of the political things that are going on in the world where people say, XYZ person is creating divisiveness. It's actually them who are. But what I will say is after COVID, people have all their opinions, right? Everybody's opinion, for some reason now, is fact. It doesn't matter what I think or what you think. It's fact. Whether I have the science, the evidence, the experience, anything, the email, the picture, the anything to back it up, it doesn't matter. My opinion is now taken as fact. And if people don't agree with me, well, then they're creating the divisiveness. But it's not. It's me creating that divisiveness because I'm actively going out of my way to spread misinformation. I'm lying. That's what creates divisiveness. Think of a couple that have been together for years, and it doesn't matter if it's male, female, two male, makes absolutely no relevance whatsoever. But one other person, a third, doesn't like the fact that those two people are together. So that person goes around spreading lies, whispering lies into people's ears, even in one of the couple, one of the two people in the couple, to break them up. That creates divisiveness. Now, after COVID, we've got people who've got their thoughts on mandates and lockdowns and having to work at home, ordering things online, not being able to go to banks or grocery stores or whatever the place may be, when they want, how they want. Because those restrictions were put in place, not everybody liked them. So they lie about them and they get upset about them. People being at home for the last 2 years or more have got this built up anger, right? And they didn't agree with everything that was going on. Now they're going back into the office. Now, those socially awkward people who have been isolated, whether it just be with their family, a partner, or on their own, or with their dog or cat, now they're going to be surrounded by dozens of other people, for the most part, that they haven't seen for a long, long time. Maybe on voicemails and social apps or meeting applications that are out there, but not face to face over the water cooler in the coffee room or the break room or cafeteria, whatever the case may be. Now they're coming face to face. And people are going to start asking, well, what did you think about this? What did you think about that? Now they're out of the house. That anger is going to start coming out. That socially awkwardness is going to start coming out again. And we could have problems in the office with people turning that anger against some of their colleagues. Some, I'm sure, unfortunately, may turn into violence. I hope not. I hope I am 100% wrong on that, but it may occur now. Others may just occur by way of undermining a manager or a leader or their work colleague simply to get what they want, or they just don't like that, what that person is proposing or saying, or their viewpoint. I think managers, HR, leadership, employees in general, we're all in the same boat here. We're all going to have to watch for this, because a leader could still show up and be angry now that they're surrounded by a bunch of colleagues when they may have been working in a big plush office, in their executive home at some point. Now they're not. Now they're being interrupted every 5-10 minutes with people sticking their head through the door, knocking on the door, head over a cubicle, however they're set up. And that's going to cause some frustration because people aren't used to it again. So they're going to start bickering amongst each other. You know what Alex did? Blah, 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 blah. They're going to start undermining each other. They're going to be creating some divisiveness. Some of it may be intentional. Some of it may not be. They may have no clue what they're actually doing, but it's going to happen. This divisiveness is going to happen because some people will have been affected by COVID more than others. And there's going to be an us and them. And I think I'm going to talk on a different show about an us and them mentality that's going on. So I'm not going to go too far in that. We need to look out for some of this divisiveness that's going to happen. We could be undermining our clients. We could be undermining our colleagues, our leadership, anything to get that anger, pent-up anger out, that frustration. And sometimes it might even be just a one-time thing, just to get it off our chest and be able to say it with colleagues who may be feeling the same way we do, who may not. But either way, it's going to come out. And not everyone's going to take it as, oh, well, that's okay. That's nice. No, it could come out as anger, as fights. I hope not. And it could be undermining some of the things you and your colleagues are trying to do. If you've got somebody who had a different viewpoint and they're constantly bickering about others, they're going to bring that organization, that morale down. So if we're going to bring people into the office, we got to watch for this, because there are people out there who are supporting not wearing masks, not vaccinations, not lockdowns, not reduced shopping center capacity levels and other items. They didn't support it, and they're going to let everyone know about it now that they're surrounded by a bunch of people. And that's going to cause friction. And it's going to divide people. And an organization's missions are going to be tested. Your objectives and deliverables are going to be tested. And your values are going to be tested. And we need to watch out for that, because anything could happen. And they need to prepare for those unexpected situations that might occur when people start coming back into the office. In the meantime, stay prepared, everybody.